Shalom, shalom. This is Shalom from the Great Millstone, Atlantic Hemp. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Ruach Kwadash. Also, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. And I'm just going to go into how we got a long road ahead of us in a short time. I'm trying to figure out a better way to put it. Pretty much the times are going to be really shortened. Like, things are going to happen fast. But we have a long ways to go. Our faith is not where it's supposed to be. Our endurance is not where it's supposed to be. I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about spiritually, mentally. We have the knowledge of the truth, according to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the scriptures. We have the 100% truth, but it has the Lord actually alter your spirit to be able to go outside in the midst of chaos and get beamed up into the sky on a chariot without you having a heart attack, or seeing dead bodies all around without you crashing out and losing your mind, or having a stroke. The Lord has to prepare us for these things. Going into Jacob's trouble, it's going to happen fast, but a lot of things are going to happen in that short period of time. Okay. And then not only that, going into that time, we still have to continue to teach to wake up the elect, because the elect, a lot of the prophecies are being held back. The destruction is being held back until the elect is waking up. Let me see if I can get that scripture. I believe that's Revelations. Is it 14? Yeah, Revelations 14:1. I don't know why I was reading down in 3 and 4, but this is what I wanted to get. It says, "And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion." That lamb is Yahweh Shai. Mount Zion represents the Israelites. And it says, "And with him 144,000 having their father's name written in their foreheads." And it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the beast and the elders, that no man could learn this song but 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth." Okay, so those men are redeemed from the earth. Okay. But those men that are redeemed from the earth has to go through hell. Okay. The scriptures talk about the fiery trial. Okay. I'm trying to get something else. Okay. And it says, Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1, it says, "And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads." Okay. And then it says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel." All right. So just when I was reading in Revelations 14, Talks about those men that were redeemed from the earth, the 144,000. And then the prophets still have to continue to teach until the elect is sealed. So we still waking up the other 144,000, even though we may not even be part of that number. You know, the Lord may have some men that's teaching now, that's waking up the elect. They're probably going to be apostates. They're gonna you know, they're gonna turn their back on the truth. They're gonna be scared of Esau and all of his wrath that he's got about to come down with. You know, they may switch sides. They may denounce the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. You know, it's a lot of things that could the Lord could actually put the spirit on you to do that. You may be teaching now, probably been teaching for 5 to 15 years, and then at that time everything just go out the window because you had no faith. So we have a long ways to go as far as endurance, building up endurance, building up your spirit. And the Lord has to do it. Like, you really have to go through hell to be able to go through hell. So that's why you may see a lot of the men of the Lord now, all kind of things happening. Your health, family members, financial situations, all kind of stuff, car accidents, all kind of hell that we go through. You may lose your home, you may lose your car, you lose your job, you may lose your spouse. It's a lot of things that could happen, and the Lord is basically allowing Satan to do certain things just so he can build our endurance up. So yeah, in that short period of time, we got a long road, man. But the thing's gonna happen fast. Scriptures say, wait for it, it shall not tarry. As a matter of fact, let's go to that. And Habakkuk chapter 2, and I believe it's verse 5. No. Verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So yeah, these things are gonna happen. We just have to wait and be patient. We just gotta wait. Scriptures also say that the Lord shall shorten up the days for the elect's sake. Like, things are really gonna speed up, but it may sound crazy. It's still a long ways we got to go. We have to build ourselves up in the spirit, and that long ways we have to go could be 5-6 months, but it's gonna seem like 5-6 years. But then again, it may seem like 5-6 days, because it's gonna happen fast. A lot of things are gonna happen fast, and the Lord is gonna change a lot of us, strengthen our hearts and our spirit really quick in that time. Just imagine the mind frame that you're in now, the contentment that your spirit is in, if you are content right now. Going outside, all hell breaking loose, the missiles on the way, and a chariot is trying to beam you up. Is your mind really set and ready for that? Even though we read about it, we even have certain brothers will put together some type of visual or animation or something through AI to kind of show you what it's going to look like. We have to be built up for that. So this long road, walking the straight path, we just have to kind of put on our mind, hey, we got to go through this. The world don't know that they have to go through this, but the Lord has put it on the elect with the through the Spirit, that we do have to go through these things. We have to go through that fiery trial. All right. I'm not gonna make this long. I want to get one last scripture and end it off of this. And I want to say wisdom. Is it Wisdom of Solomon 2? You know what? It's like it's Sirach or Ecclesiastes chapter 2. And it says, it's really a lot I want to get. I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, "Woe be to the fearful hearts." It's like you. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinners that go two ways. Yeah, you can't be double-minded in this truth. You have to be. Your eyes have to be set, and your heart has to be set on this truth only. You can't be in and out of the world. Now we may use the world. You know, scriptures talk about using the world, not abusing it. But yeah, we can't be indulged in the world. You know, the holidays and all of that stuff. You know, a lot of the festivals that this place is indulged in. It's about to be a huge day coming up on July 4th. It's going to be the 250th year anniversary of this Babylon the Great, America. You know, I think, you know, it may be some people from other countries trying to plan something where they always trying to plan something. But it's like a lot of eyes on America right now. And for it to be the anniversary, that would be the perfect time for them to do something. You know, people are not paying attention. So yeah, if you get caught out there in that, and you know this truth, you out there celebrating 4th of July, it may be the reason why the Lord take you out at that time, you know. But it says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defeated. Slack it. Therefore shall he not be defended. So you can't be faint-hearted. You can't lose your faith. This whole time, you've been the one, you know, saying that, yeah, we got to go through this. You know, just like how I'm saying. And right at the end, oh, man, I can't do this shit. And you know, put a gun to your head or jump off a building or do something stupid. The Lord was just pretty much using you as an example the whole time. You don't want to be that person. You know, when the shit really hits the fan, you want to bitch up at the end. No, you got to be strong and through this whole walk. The end of this walk gonna be crazy. You know, right now we teaching the scriptures, we learning. We still go to work. We still pay bills, buy food. But in that time, it ain't gonna be no money. It ain't gonna be no jobs. It's just gonna be you dodging bullets and making it through faith. And it says, verse 14, woe unto you that lost patience. All right, you can't give up because you think that, you know, oh, it ain't gonna happen. You know, Trump just declared, he just, you know, Trump in Iran just came up on a peace deal. You know, ceasefire and the peace deal. The war is over. Oh, it's not over. Things are gonna get worse. But because you're hearing it, you're thinking, oh yeah, you know, we got about 5 more years before something else happens, and then, you know, we gotta wait. No, it's not gonna be like that. Scriptures talk about sudden destruction. Things happen suddenly. A breach that's ready to fall all of a sudden. Man, these things don't happen fast. But it may seem like a long road adding up to that point. You know, it may seem that way. But yeah, I mean, we still got a long, we gotta walk that long road. We have a long ways to go. It says, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. That's why we keep the commandments the best way we can. We keep the Sabbath the best way we can. We keep the high holy days the best way we can. As the scriptures say. Verse 17 says, they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. That's what we need. We need to be in the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So this long journey will seem like a easy, quick thing in the end. And we don't have that much longer to go. Look at the elders and apostles that's been, up in New York, that's been teaching for almost 40 years. That's a long road. I'm in my 40s. They've been doing this thing since I was little. It's you got men out there that's teaching, that's probably in their teens still, early 20s. But yeah, well, it ain't gonna be another 40 years. It ain't gonna be another 20 years. I seriously doubt if it's 5. I honestly think we down to the months. But it ain't about what we feel, what we think. It's about the watch of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and we on his watch. So, like I said, it's a long journey, long road, but it's gonna happen quick. Okay, so hey, just hang tight, keep enduring, keep doing what you're doing. If you're going through hell, the Lord is dealing with you. Stuff I go through, I look at myself like, damn, did I piss the Lord off to be going through this? What did I do wrong? And then I pray, and then he fixed it. I'm like, well, maybe the Lord just dealing with me, just letting Satan do his little thing, and the Lord straighten me back up. Hey, we got to kind of have that mind frame, like everything that we do, especially in these times to come. Okay. So yeah, keep your patience, keep your faith. Hey, we almost out of here, but hey, we still got a long ways to go. All right. So I pray this was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rahakudash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom to the elect.